It's a pleasant hotel, nothing fancy. Again, it's called Casa 57. I'm paying Canadian prices. Anyway, I don't think Mexico is the bargain that it used to be many years ago.
To find a hotel, I used booking.com. I searched and searched to find a hotel in the historic center and close to my language school, which didn't have any negatives. And that I found in this hotel, Casa 57. I booked for 9 nights for $491, plus $103 in taxes and fees. I brought it up to $594. And on my Visa bill, I was charged $608, so that's not bad. But that amounted to $66 per night. I was hoping for $50 per night. This had me looking for another hotel at the end of 9 days, but that's for another vlog. I can look back on it now, and I can say during my trip in Mexico and Guatemala, I stayed in a total of 5 hotels. This one was the best of the lot, and I should have stayed there for 2 weeks. And not to mention the fact that it had free coffee in the morning. Imagine that, free coffee. In my first week of stay in Merida, Mexico, I took a Spanish language course, 4 hours a day, at La Calle, on Calle 55, very close to my hotel, which was on Calle 57. On second thought, or upon reflection, I should have investigated a homestay, which would have cost me $38 Canadian as opposed to $66. I turned down the homestay due to lack of privacy and distance from the school. But I later found out that some of the accommodations were really quite close to the school. And there I am on the left with my fellow classmates and the teacher in the middle at La Calle in Merida. By the way, in the 4 schools that I went to in my trip to Mexico and Guatemala, I was the oldest student they ever had. Yes, oldest student they ever had. But I must say I held my own.
I'm on the roof of my hotel, my first hotel in Merida.
Early in my stay, I was still pronouncing it Merida, but it's called Merida.
Mexico. I'm not far from downtown, the center of the town. You can see the cathedral towers in the distance. And if you want to get a tan, which I don't, you can sit up here. It's a pleasant hotel, nothing fancy. Again, it's called Casa 57. And it's on the Calle 57, which is the 57th Street. So I will just quickly show you my room. I didn't find any negative comments on booking.com about this hotel, and I would not add any negatives to this. It was a nice hotel. The first night I had a room which was right by the street, and that was way too noisy, but then I got this one back here, which was really quiet, really quiet.
Notice the air conditioning, and it was really, really quiet. I use a CPAP, and the plugs beside the bed were just perfect. They're just like in Canada.
Quiet. Has everything that you need. And these bathrooms are a joke because there's always these showers, these showers that spray from the ceiling and wet the floor, and then you got this towel here to mop things up. It's really badly organized, but other than that,
one thing all my hotel rooms had in common was no space around the sink to put anything down.
It was okay. So now I'm off to change hotels, something cheaper. By the way, I thought this would end up costing me around 55 Canadian dollars, but I think it was closer to 65, if not more, which is a lot of money for someone who travels like Lobo on a budget. But just as a comment, I think Mexico is no longer what could be described as a cheap place. It's coffee might cost you almost $4 Canadian. If you want a real coffee, convenience store, you might get one for $2.50. So eating out, it almost seems like I'm paying Canadian prices. Anyway, I don't think Mexico is the bargain that it used to be many years ago.
Okay, Mexico is no longer a bargain, but I have to acknowledge that, the hotel room, $60 or 60 some odd dollars, you can't get that back home. The price of a hotel room back in Canada would have the number 60 in it, but it'd be 160.
And there's the hardworking employee. There is a restaurant just to my right. I can't video that because there's people sitting there. I can only repeat, it was a nice hotel, close to downtown, about a 10-minute walk to downtown, but more expensive than I would have wanted.
I hope you found this information about hotels in Merida useful. Please subscribe and like, and we'll see you in the next vlog.